You're watching Tammy B. Jones, where if you don't want to buy it, then just DIY it with your home inspire. Hi, guys, this is your girl Tammy, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome all new and old subscribers. Today, I have found some of the perfect bookshelves. Well, really, they're corner cabinets, and they were intended for brooms and mops and things like that. They have no shelf, but I'm going to cut the doors out of these beautiful pieces, and I'm going to be reapplying glass inside the doors as well. I got this beautiful solid wood cabinet from the Life Cycle Building Center. You guys know I love that spot. And I needed two, and I was lucky enough to find identical twins, and they were about $35 each. So I headed out to my Home Depot, and lucky for me, they were able to cut some boards for me the right fit, the right size to go into the space that I'm going to be using these recycled cabinets for. I'm going to be taking these recycled cabinets and totally doing a makeover. You will not recognize them when I am finished, but I guarantee you will love them. So if you're interested in that, then stay tuned. The first thing I did was I removed the doors, and as you can see, this was one long door. So I'm just taking the screws out because I will be cutting a hole in one of the boards on the top. Once I get these all cut out, what I'm going to do next is take them outside, and we're going to use a circular drill bit to put four holes in it and carve them out. So it was really easy to use. I just took my circular drill bit and just drilled a circle. And once you put the four holes in it, you're able to put your jigsaw drill in it to drill out a perfect rectangular. So I want to remove all the centerpiece out of the cabinet door because again, we're going to be replacing this with glass. So we're just going to go around with the jigsaw right now and just cut out a perfect rectangular. It will be some left in the corner, and you'll just have to go in the corners to get whatever remaining pieces of wood left out. Okay, so they turned out perfect. I have four doors here. I only want to have four clear windows and then one solid one at the lower bottom of the cabinet. You guys, I'm going to totally transform this cabinet so you will not recognize it. The next step that I'm going to be doing is sanding the cabinet because it is very important that you sand the wood completely inside the frame as well as outside the front of the frame and the back of the frame because we're going to be painting this white and you'll need the paint to stick to it smoothly without peeling. And you don't want to have to worry about chipping paint when you're going in and out of your cabinet door. I'm calling this a cabinet for now, but it's really not going to be a cabinet. It's a work of art. I'm really creating a built-in shelf. Okay, so at Home Depot, I was able to find two different types of pins. So I wasn't sure which side I was going to need because the holes were already pre-drilled inside. But I found out that the 1/4 millimeter was the best, and it has a flat um, L-shaped hook to it. The spoon ones were a little bit too small. They were 5 millimeters, so they didn't work. Now I actually cut these boards myself because I went back to Home Depot, bought some more wood, and they refused to cut them small. They said that they don't do project cutting anymore. They only cut wood enough to fit in the car. So I was very disappointed, and I wished I could have just done all this in one day, but I didn't. I waited the next day because I wasn't sure how much wood I was going to need. But nevertheless, I didn't use a jigsaw to cut the wood. I used my circular saw, which is better. You'll definitely need a table saw to do this kind of cut, so it can be perfect and straight. And they were a perfect fit, as you can see. So I installed all of the shelves and the pins as well. And this is what it looks like. And as you can see, I've already tested to see if it was the right height for my glasses. I wanted to be able to put tall glasses, tall flutes, and as well as regular wine glasses in the cabinet. If anybody knows me, they knows I have a collection of cabinets. Now with these type of shelf pins, you can adhere them to the bottom. They have a hole so that you can just screw them into the wood if you feel like you want to secure the board. The next thing is I noticed that they had um, drilled holes on both sides of the cabinets so that you can reverse the sides of the doors. So right now it was opening from the right side corner, and I wanted to open from the left side corner. So I'll be changing that. And of course, my cat Willow is always in the mix of whatever I do. I noticed that smooth surface of the board, so I wanted these to look exactly like that. So we'll be working on that soon. But first, we want to get into the center of this cabinet and get it started because we want to start building our shelves with the boards that you saw. I used a white Sharpie paint marker to draw the line because we're using white paint, and I wanted something that would not show through, like a red paint or red pen or Sharpie or black Sharpie marker would use. So using liquid nail glue is very important when adhering things to a wood surface. Even if you're using screws, you definitely want to use some type of wood glue or liquid nail glue. And so I also actually use hot glue to help it dry faster and stick while it held for me because this was a one girl project and I needed an extra hand, and the hot glue helped added that extra hand for me. Only thing about the hot glue is if you put it in the wrong spot, you're gonna have a pickle trying to get it loose. So I'm providing my shelves going all the way up, and I pre-drill my holes to make things a lot smoother for me. See how easy this is? You don't even have to have any manpower when you pre-drill your holes. So everything went in well. And here it is. I'm sliding my shelves now on top. I'm connecting the two cabinets together, and they are turning out amazing. So now that I got the shelf on, I'm gonna put another screw in. And guys, the reason why I'm not nailing this in, because you might want to move this to a different spot, or if you are in the middle of house hunting like I am, I'm looking to upgrade. You're definitely going to want to take your pride possession, your first built-in unit with you, right? Okay, so I got all my shelves in and see how it's turning out. Doesn't that look amazing? Now it's one cohesive piece instead of two separate corner units, cabinet units. Okay, so I also purchased these boards. They were only, I believe they were $2 and some change, or yeah, or $4 and some change. I think they were $2. And so Home Depot did cut these because they just cut them in half for me. And I kind of tricked them and had them cut them the right measurements for me because it's one long board. So they were able to do these, and they cut them, and I brought them home and I just glued them to the edge of the board because I wanted to have a nice thicker finish. And the bottom one here is a little bit wider. It's 5.5 inches, and I really needed 6, but it's perfect for it, this project right now. So I just glued these in tight, and I'm going to screw them in as well. So this is where the hot glue came in handy. It held them in place so that I could screw them. The next thing I did was I bought these little this wood here, and it was come by 12 by, it was 12 feet and I think 2 inches wide. And I brought them home, and I cut them also with my circular saw. And I'm going to put a border on the edge for these shelves because I don't want them to have this little thin board. Because I think the thinner the board, the cheaper it looks. So I want to kind of make it look nice and thick and flush and look like it's a part of the wall. As you can see, it's already starting to look like it's as thick as the side wall on the right hand side and on the left hand side. So I thought it was a perfect fit. And this wood here is so pretty. It was a very cheap wood. I think it was called Popular, and but it works perfectly, and the color is almost like dead on, spot on. So I'm just adding glue here again and adding these little attachments to the front of the base of the shelf. This is to give it a more professional look, especially if you're going to be leaving this shelf open. And I do have that option to have the doors on or off, depending on what room I'm going to have this in. But right now, we're making this for my kitchen nook. So look how great that looked. The shelves look nice and thick. The wood looked like it was made like that. And it's just professional. It's more professional than the cabinets in my kitchen already. So I'm really, really loving that. And because I did a perfect tight fit, I always believe measure 3 times and cut once. Because if you don't, you will be wasting a lot of wood. So I took one of the boards that I bought for the edge for the centerpiece, and I decided to measure a half of a wine bottle on it because we're going to be making wine racks. So I know they don't all look even, but trust me, it'll work out in the end. Um, and I'm, kind of like a fly by me girl. This was like an impulse decision. And I went outside and I cut out with my jigsaw those spaces and I got it done. So I brought it in to see how it looked. I sanded down first and brought it in and it looks amazing. And as you can see, I didn't want to go all the way to the end. So I'm going to be having the ad boards on the side, which you see right here. I've already glued it and I'm clamping it down for security. And we're going to put a little screw underneath this going across, maybe 4 screws going across to make sure that this piece doesn't move. And we're going to do the same for the boards on the edge. And then we're going to try to putty that in so that the side pieces of wood will blend. As you can see, I use the liquid nail glue to glue them together, and I also have screw underneath. See how the boards turned out underneath? Doesn't that look professional? Only thing missing is a board here up top, and so we're going to do the same trim up top that we did to the bottom. So as you can see, I've already glued it. Some of the glue came down on the sides, so I'm just going to blend that in, and I'm using my clamps to hold this overnight because we won't be putting screws in this one at the top. I don't feel it was necessary. But doesn't this look amazing? My daughter loved it, the color as is, and she was nearly begging me not to paint it. And I was almost tempted not to paint it because it does look beautiful. This wood was not the most expensive wood. Oak is the strongest wood. And then there's another one in between that before there's pine. And then this is the wood that was called popular. So I really, really just hey, it worked out for me and it's strong and it was easy to drill into. So now I'm getting ready to paint it. And as you can see, my color choice is white. And doesn't this look amazing even without the doors? Can you see a TV right there? This will make a great TV unit in someone's den or living room. Okay, so as promised, I was gonna put some glass. Now, Lowe's cut the glass for me. I took the door actually in and they measured it for me. I wanted to be exact. And so I'm using a glue from the Dollar Tree, you guys. Yes, it's a super glue that's in the yellow tube. And it says flammable, water resistant, fast, dry. Yes, this glue is amazing. I actually like it better than E6000. And they smell the same. I think they are the same except this glue dries faster. So I just inserted the glass. As you can see, it was nothing to it. A perfect fit because Lowe's went ahead and cut it for me. I also purchased these little doorknobs from Lowe's as well. They were like $5 a piece, but I really love it. Doesn't the glass look amazing? I absolutely love the glass. And of course, I've already decorated how I want it. This is not for like decoration. This is actually to be a functional, livable, usable cabinet. So I definitely needed places to store my glasses because I was running out of space. And you guys know that I love glasses. But I can promise you, as of that day, I would not be buying any more glasses. But I am loving the glass. Well, you guys, I hope you like this project. I am just going to stop talking and let you get a full tour of this cabinet unit inside and out. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you want more videos like this from me, just let me know in the comments down below. And I'll be glad to try to work on the next project for you. Thanks so much for watching. Love you guys.